Good afternoon, students, and welcome to online learning. This is for Module 3, Listening and Speaking, and the subject code is E23204. The topic today is Look Out. Be curious. What can you see in the photo? Start thinking. What other dangerous animals can you think of? Have you or anyone you know been in a dangerous situation? What dangers can you think of in your house? Vocabulary: accidents and injuries, the body, expressions with get. And language focus will be on present perfect and present perfect versus past simple. The content for today will be vocabulary, accidents and injuries, reading a magazine article, speaking, reacting to news. Language focus, present perfect, affirmative and negative. Video, danger in food. Listening, a radio interview and a review. With the aims of this lesson, I can talk about accidents and injuries. I can talk about the things I have and haven't done in my life. I can understand information about accidents and danger. I can ask and answer questions about the things I have done and say how it happened. I can react to both good and bad news. Vocabulary: accidents and injuries. Match the pictures with the words in the box. Then listen, check, and repeat. Hurt your back. Bang your head. Cut your finger. Slip on ice. Break your leg. Trip over the dog. Crash your car. Fall off your bike. Burn your hand. Trap your finger.
Listen, check, and repeat. A.
Crash your car.
B.
Bang your head.
C.
Trap your finger.
D.
Hurt your back.
E.
Break your leg.
F.
Cut your finger.
G.
Fall off your bike.
H.
Burn your hand.
I.
Trip over the dog.
J.
Slip on ice.
Exercise 2. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the words in exercise 1. Number 1. She crashed her car into a tree. It was new Lamborghini. Number 2. My, with a knife this morning, and now it really hurts. The phrase would be cut your finger. cut my finger. I cut my finger with a knife this morning and now it really hurts. Number 3. Don't touch the plates. They're really hot. You might burn your hand. You might burn your hand. So, don't touch the plates. They're really hot. You might burn your hand. Number 4. While Dad was moving the wardrobe, he can't stand up. So, we'd have to use hurt your back. But in this case, he hurt his back. While Dad was moving the wardrobe, he hurt his back. He can't stand up. Number 5. Tom was jumping over a wall when he fell badly. And he couldn't walk for 6 weeks. Break your leg. But here we have to use it in the past tense. He broke his leg. Tom was jumping over a wall when he fell badly. He broke his leg and he couldn't walk for 6 weeks. And number 6, ouch, I always on that cupboard on the kitchen wall. The accident will be bang your head. So, ouch, I always bang my head. Ouch, I always bang my head on that cupboard on the kitchen wall. Let's check our answers. Well done. Now let's just read through. Number 1, she crashed her car into a tree. It was a new Lamborghini. Number 2, I cut my finger with a knife this morning, and now it really hurts. Number 3, don't touch the plates. They're really hot. You might burn your hand. 4, while Dad was moving the wardrobe, he hurt his back. He can't stand up. 5, Tom was jumping over a wall when he fell badly. He broke his leg and he couldn't walk for 6 weeks. 6, ouch, I always bang my head on that cupboard on the kitchen wall. Exercise 3. Your turn. Write sentences about the last time the accidents and injuries in exercise 1 happened to you or someone you know. Example: my mom burnt her hand last week. She was cooking when she touched something hot. So you can think of some accidents or injuries that took place that you can remember and you can write about. They might be of family, friends, relatives, or just people outside on the street. Exercise 4. Compare your answers with your partner. Can you think of a person for each accident or injury? So these would be some of your experiences maybe at school, where you find students in casts where they're using a walking stick or crutches because they've broken their leg, or their arm is in a cast, playing basketball, getting hurt. We can also discuss common accidents and injuries that take place in our lives. So we can compare our answers when we come back to the classroom. Reading a magazine article. Work with a partner. Look at the photos of Mick Willery. How do you think the things below are connected to Mick? Okay, picture of a horse, a cat, a stairway, a hammer, a tractor, and potatoes. Let's read the article. An accident waiting to happen. So this is the picture of Mick Willery.
Listen to the article.
An accident waiting to happen. Mick Willery is a very unlucky man. Over the last 30 years, he has had more accidents than anyone else in Britain. He has broken 15 different bones and has had more than 30 injuries. Mick works on a farm and often works with dangerous machines and animals, so some of his accidents have been very serious. In 2010, a machine trapped him and he broke both his legs. He had 3 operations and spent 6 months in hospital. When he was a boy, he fell off a horse. He also got hurt badly when he got home one day, tripped over a cat, fell down the stairs and banged his head. While working on the farm, he broke his fingers with a hammer and crashed a tractor. But he hasn't only had accidents with machines and animals. I'll never forget when Mick stepped on a potato, slipped, and broke both his ankles, his wife Evelyn says. But Mick has never complained or got angry about his injuries. It's important to keep going and get better when these things happen, he says with a smile. And his wife agrees. It's a bit of a joke.
Fact. In the UK, 33% of all serious injuries happen when someone slips on or trips over something. The government believes it costs hospitals over £100 million to help these people.
Exercise 2. Read the article and check your ideas to exercise 1. Let's see how we can match the pictures with the article. This is the magazine article, An Accident Waiting to Happen. We had to match the pictures with the article. So, he fell off a horse. Mick tripped over a cat. He fell down the stairs and banged his head. He broke his fingers with a hammer. He crashed a tractor. And he stepped on a potato, slipped and broke both his ankles. So horse, cat, stairs, hammer, tractor, and potatoes. Exercise 3. Mark the sentences with true T or false F. Number 1. Mick has broken 30 bones this year. False. In 2010, he broke his leg in an accident in a machine. True. When he was a boy, he had 2 accidents with animals. True. One with a horse and one with a cat. Mick broke his ankles when he slipped on a vegetable. True. He slipped on potatoes. 5. Mick gets angry when something bad happens. False. They don't say this. Let's check our answers. Well done. Let's just go through the sentences. Mick has broken 30 bones this year. That is false because he has actually broken 30 bones in his life, not in 1 year. 2. In 2010, he broke his legs in an accident in a machine. That is true. When he was a boy, he had 2 accidents with animals. True. Mick broke his ankles when he slipped on a vegetable. That is true. And number 5, Mick gets angry when something bad happens. So false. Let's look at exercise 4. Explore expressions with get. Look at the article again. Find 3 examples of get plus adjective. What does get mean in each expression? In this exercise, we use the word get hurt, get home. But in the magazine article, everything is in the past tense. So the past tense of get is got. So got hurt, got home, and got angry. Exercise 5. Complete the sentences with get and the words in the box. Home, injured, married, better, sick, worried. Number 1 has been done for us. I always have a sandwich when I get home from school. So in these sentences, we have to use get with the words in the box. When I'm older, I'm going to and have lots of children. So the verb will be married. I'm going to get married. Number 3, don't climb that tree. You won't be able to play football next week if you, and the word would be injured. So get injured. Number 4, when I travel in cars, I usually would be sick. The word would be sick. Get sick. Number 5, my parents will if I'm home late. My parents will get worried. Number 6, my dad has hurt his back. I hope he'll get better soon. Let's check our answers. Well done. Now let's just read the sentences. Number 1, I always have a sandwich when I get home from school. 2, when I'm older, I'm going to get married and have lots of children. 3, don't climb that tree. You won't be able to play football next week if you get injured. 4, when I travel in cars, I usually get sick. 5, my parents will get worried if I'm home late. 6, my dad has hurt his back. I hope he'll get better soon. Exercise 6, your turn. Write 3 true or false sentences about you with get and the words in the box. Worried, tired, sick, hurt, old, home, injured, married, better. Example, I get worried when my dog runs away. You can write 3 true or false sentences about yourself. And then exercise 7, work with a partner, listen to her sentences. Can you guess which are false? So this is interesting. You can make up some false sentences and we will compare our sentences when we are back in the classroom. Speaking. Reacting to news. Real talk. Have you ever had an accident? Exercise 1. Watch the teenagers in the video and complete the table.
Have you ever had an accident?
I've never broken any bones, but I fell out of a tree and sprained my ankle when I was 5.
Yes, I've broken my leg twice, but I can still run faster than all my friends.
I've never had a serious accident, but I cut my hand on a broken glass last week and it still hurts.
No, I haven't. I'm always careful. Or lucky.
Yes, I've sprained my wrists a lot of times playing volleyball.
Yes, I have. I was playing in the kitchen and I burned my hand on the stove.
Ow! Have you ever had an accident?
Now that we've seen the video, we can complete the table. There are 6 speakers and 2 columns. Have you ever had an accident? That's the first question. And the second one, what did you hurt? So speaker number 1, she talks about falling off a tree and she sprained her ankle. Speaker number 2, yes, he had an accident. He broke his leg. So what did he hurt? My leg. Speaker number 3, yes, he had an accident. He cut his hand on glass. So, what did you hurt? My hand. Speaker number 4, she says she was lucky she's never met with an accident. So, no. Speaker number 5 says that she sprained her wrist, yes, while playing volleyball. And speaker number 6 says yes. What did he do? He burnt his hand. So, my hand. Let's check our answers. Well done. Exercise 2. Have you ever had an accident? Ask and answer with your partner. Exercise 3. Listen to Holly talking to Theo. Who has the best news?
Listen to the conversation.
Hi, Holly. How's it going?
Fine, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, not bad. I've passed all my exams.
Well done. That's fantastic.
Thanks. The exams weren't easy. What have you been up to?
Well, my brother's had an accident. He's broken his leg.
Oh, no. Is it serious?
No, not really. He's at home now. His football team's in the final, but he can't play.
What a shame. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, but my other news is that we're going to Thailand for our holidays.
Oh, wow. How amazing. I think I'm going to summer school.
Really? Lucky you.
Exercise 4. Complete the conversation with the useful language, then listen and check your answers. Useful language. What have you been up to? How's it going? How amazing! That's fantastic. I've passed all my exams. Oh no! What a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. Complete the conversation. The conversation is between Theo and Holly. We have to fill in the blanks with the words in the boxes here. So Theo says, "Hi, Holly. How's it going?" And Holly replies, "Fine, thanks. How about you?" Theo says, "Yeah, not bad. Passed all my exams." I've passed all my exams. Holly says, "Well done." That's fantastic. Then Theo says, "Thanks. The exams weren't easy." He asks the question, "What have you been up to?" Holly answers, "Well, my brother's had an accident. He's broken his leg." Theo says, "Is it serious?" Theo will say, "Oh no, is it serious?" Holly replies, "No, not really. He's at home now. His football team's in the final, but he can't play." Theo says, "What a shame. I'm sorry to hear that." "Yes, but my other news is that we're going to Thailand for our holidays." "Wow, how amazing." "I think I'm going to summer school." "Really? Lucky you." Let's check whether our work is correct. Well done. Let's move on to exercise 5. Work with a partner and practice the conversation in exercise 4. That is the conversation between Theo and Holly. So practicing a conversation is a good idea for you to improve in your speaking skills. Exercise 6. Work with a partner. Tell each other some good news and bad news. Use the ideas below or your own. Use the useful language to react to the news. Example, what have you been up to? I won a writing competition last week. Well done, that's fantastic. These are some ideas of something good and something bad. Team wins important match. Win a writing competition. Do a 10-kilometer run for charity. And this would be something bad. Have an accident. Lose something valuable. Fail exams. So students, you can think about your conversations and then we can work with a partner when we come back to school. Language focus. Present perfect, affirmative and negative. Exercise 1. Complete the examples from the text on page 76. It was about the man who had many accidents. I've had more than 30 serious injuries. He has broken 15 different bones. And the negative form, I haven't stopped working on the farm. He only had accidents with machines. He hasn't only had accidents with machines. Let's check our answers. Well done. Choose the correct words. I have eaten fried insects. My grandmother, all the James Bond films. My grandmother has seen all the James Bond films. 3. My friend and I haven't swum in the sea this year. 4. An arm or a leg. I haven't broken an arm or a leg. 5. My cousins in a hot air balloon have flown. My cousins have flown in a hot air balloon. 6. My little brother hasn't hurt himself today. Let's check our answers. Okay. This is an exercise with have and has. So we use the have form when you talk about yourself. I have, I haven't, the negative form. Or when we are talking about people, my friends and I haven't. My cousins have. So this is the negative, haven't, and have would be the affirmative. Let's read the sentences. 1. I have eaten fried insects. 2. My grandmother has seen all the James Bond films. 3. My friends and I haven't swum in the sea this year. 4. I haven't broken an arm or a leg. 5. My cousins have flown in a hot air balloon. And 6. My little brother hasn't hurt himself today. Get it right. The past participles of go are been and gone. We use been when someone goes and returns. Example, I'm sorry I'm late. I've been to the dentist. We use gone when someone hasn't returned. Example, Jack isn't here today. He's gone to the hospital to visit his grandmother. Exercise 3. Complete the conversations with the present perfect form of the verbs in brackets, and where necessary, never. Then listen and check. So these are the verbs: sing, sing, play, have, break, break, meet, play, go, and go again. The cross means we have to use the negative form, and the tick means the affirmative. And use never where necessary. Like in the first example, I've never sung in a concert. What about you? I have or I've sung in a concert. And I've played piano too. Number 2. My have a lot of accidents. My cousin have a lot of accidents. My cousins had a lot of accidents, but she hasn't broken. Broken is the past participle of verb 3 of break. Break, broke, broken. But she hasn't broken her arm or leg. Me, that's lucky. My brother, break again. My brothers again, the past participle of break, broken. My brother's broken his leg twice. I not meet anybody famous, have you? So here you can use I've never met. I've never met anybody famous, have you? Well, played football with Cristiano Ronaldo. Wow. Well, I've played football with Cristiano Ronaldo. Really? Where? On a computer game. Okay, that makes sense. I've go to New York, have you? I've never, here we have to use the word never. I've never been. I've never been to New York, have you? Yes, I go there twice. Yes, I've been there twice. Let's check our answers. Well done. Now let's listen to the recording.
1.
I've never sung in a concert. What about you?
I've sung in a concert. And I've played the piano too.
2.
My cousin's had a lot of accidents, but she hasn't broken her arm or leg.
That's lucky. My brother's broken his leg twice.
3.
I've never met anybody famous. Have you?
Well, I've played football with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Really? Where?
On a computer game.
4.
I've never been to New York. Have you?
Yes, I've been there twice.
Exercise 4. Write sentences with the correct form of the present perfect and the words below. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the present perfect. Number 1. I haven't been to hospital. So these are the verbs: not go, visit, have, not read, live, not meet. So I haven't been to hospital. Number 2. My parents, 20 countries. So this is the affirmative. My parents have visited 20 countries. London, the Olympic Games 3 times. London has had the Olympic Games 3 times. 4. Patrick, many books. Patrick has not read many books. 5. Anna live in the USA. Anna has lived in the USA. And number 6, have not meet my cousin Sam. You have not met my cousin Sam. Let's check our answers. Well done. Now let's just read through. Number 1, I haven't been to hospital. 2, my parents have visited 20 countries. 3, London has had the Olympic Games 3 times. 4, Patrick has not read many books. 5, Anna has lived in the USA. 6, you have not met my cousin Sam. Exercise 5. Write sentences about what you have and haven't done in your life. Use the words in the box or your own ideas. Eat a snake. Swim in a cold lake. Be on TV. Go to another country. Write a blog. Speak English outside class. Go scuba diving. Example: I have never eaten a snake. Choose any of these ideas from the box and make sentences with something that you have done and some that you haven't done. So let's do about 3 sentences of what you have done and 3 ideas of things that you haven't done. Exercise 6. Work with a partner. Compare your sentences from exercise 5. Have you done the same things? So we can compare these when we come back to the classroom. Example: I have never eaten a snake. What about you? No, I've never eaten a snake, but I've swum in a cold lake. How about you? Exercise 7. Write 5 sentences about your partner. So this we can only do once we are back in the classroom. Example: Anna has never eaten a snake, but she has swum in a cold lake. Discovery education. Danger in our food. Learn about how 71 people in the USA got E. coli 0157. What is E. coli 0157? How do people get it? What did the 71 people with E. coli 0157 all eat? We will watch the video and then try and answer the questions.
Danger in our food. In the state of Colorado, in the US, one little girl is very ill. Before her illness, 6-year-old Madison was like many children her age. She enjoyed dancing and playing with her friends. But now she is in hospital. And the doctors know why. She's caught something called E. coli 0157. E. coli 0157 is a kind of bacteria, and it's very dangerous. Inside the body, E. coli 0157 damages cells in our blood. How did Madison get E. coli? The doctors need to know. Sometimes there is E. coli in food and water. The doctors test many different kinds of food. All over the US, people have caught the same illness. A lot of them are young. The doctors are worried. They interview the patients. Have they all eaten the same food? Soon, over 70 people are ill with E. coli. And then the doctors finally find it. Everyone is ill because they've eaten this ready-made cookie dough, the stuff people use to make cookies. The E. coli was in the cookie dough. 71 people got E. coli 0157 from this cookie dough, but nobody died, including Madison. Everyone was very lucky, and Madison was okay.
Now that we've seen the video, we can answer the questions. Danger in our food. What is E. coli 0157? E. coli 0157 is a kind of bacteria which damages cells in our blood. How do people get it? People get it from eating food that contains E. coli 0157 bacteria. What did the 71 people with E. coli 0157 all eat? The 71 people who got E. coli 0157 all ate cookies made from the ready-made cookie dough. Listening. A radio interview. Exercise 1. Work with a partner. Look at the photos. What do you think the most common accidents are to happen in these rooms? So, this is the stairway, the staircase, the kitchen, and the bathroom. Exercise 2. Listen to the radio interview and check your ideas to exercise 1.
Listen to the radio interview.
This year, more than 2 million people in the country have had a serious accident at home. Today, I'm talking to Angela Headley, a health and safety expert. She's written a book about safety at home. So, Angela, what is the most dangerous room in the house?
Well, this year, more accidents have happened in the living room than anywhere else. But I don't think the living room is more dangerous than other rooms. I think we need to be most careful in the kitchen.
Yes, and especially when I'm cooking.
Seriously, have you ever had an accident in the kitchen?
Yes, I have. I've cut my fingers a few times, and I've burnt my hand with very hot water. It's usually safer if I don't do the cooking.
Well, over 100,000 people go to hospital every year because they've got burned. And thousands of people cut themselves with a knife or an open tin can.
So be careful when you're cutting and cooking. Let's talk about the bathroom.
Many people slip in the shower or bath and break a leg or an arm, especially when they get old. And you must never leave a child alone in or near water.
That's very important. What else?
Well, if you've got stairs in your home, Accidents can often happen there. The most common accidents at home are slips, trips and falls. And more of these accidents have happened on the stairs than anywhere else this year.
One last question. Have you had any trips or falls at home this year?
No, I haven't. But my husband isn't very careful.
Oh, has he had any accidents this year?
Yes, he has. He fell off a chair last week when he was cleaning the windows.
Ouch.
Exercise 3. Listen again. Mark the sentences true with T or false, F. Correct the false sentences. Number 1. Over 2 million people have injured themselves at home this year. True. Angela thinks the living room is the most dangerous room in the house. False. Angela thinks the kitchen is the most dangerous room in the house. Number 3. The presenter has never had an accident in the kitchen. False. She says she has cut her fingers several times. Number 4. The bathroom can be dangerous for older people and young children. True. 5. The most common accident at home is cutting your finger. False. The most common accidents at home happen in the kitchen with burns, where people get burned. Number 6. Angela's husband fell out of the window last week. False. Angela's husband fell off the chair last week while he was cleaning the windows. Let's check our answers. Well done. Vocabulary. The body. Exercise 4. Match the words in the box with the parts of the body in the picture. Then listen, check, and repeat. Shoulder, neck, chest, back, wrist, knee, ankle, and elbow. Okay, so you know the parts of your body. Exercise 5. Your turn. Write sentences about the parts of your body you have injured. Use the verbs below or your own ideas. Hurt, break, cut, burn. Examples: I've broken my wrist. I've burnt my arm. I've cut my finger, and so on. Exercise 6. We can do this when we come back to the classroom. Work with a partner. Point to a part of your body. Can your partner guess what happened? So you point to a body part, and your partner is supposed to guess what happened. Example: you've broken your wrist. Yes, I have. I fell over when I was skiing. So we can practice some of these injuries when we come back to the classroom. WH questions for I, we, you, and they. Where have most accidents happened? What has he injured? Yes and no questions. This will be, have you ever had an accident in the kitchen? And this one, has he had any accidents this year? Short answers. Yes, I have. And no, I haven't. Yes, he has. And no, he hasn't. Let's check our answers. Well done. Exercise 2. Write questions with the correct form of the present perfect and ever. Number 1. You lose your keys. Question. Have you ever lost your keys? 2. Your parents live in another city. Have your parents ever lived in another city? 3. Your best friend go to another country. Has your best friend been to another country? 4. You slip on anything. Question. Have you ever slipped on anything? Number 5. Your dad win a competition. Has your dad ever won a competition? And number 6. You watch an important sports match in a stadium. So, question. Have you ever watched an important sports match in a stadium? So we did this orally because I think they're quite simple, but you can write them in your book. So exercise 2 can be done in your notebooks. Exercise 3, your turn. Work with a partner. Ask and answer questions in exercise 2. For example, these are the questions that you will make and you will also answer them. Of course, we can do this once we are back in the classroom. Past simple versus present perfect. Look at the examples from the listening on page 78 and the rules below. Then complete the table and the rules with past simple or present perfect. I've cut my fingers a few times and I've burnt my hand with boiling water. So here we use the present perfect. He fell off a chair last week. This will be the past simple. We use the to say when something happened. So we use the past simple to say when something happened. We use words like last week, yesterday, 2 weeks ago. We use the present perfect if we don't know when something happened, or it's not important when something happened. We use words like ever, never, in the last 10 years, in my life, etc. Okay, let's check our answers. Well done. Let's go through the rules again. We use the past simple to say when something happened. We use words like last week, yesterday, and 2 weeks ago. We use the present perfect if we don't know when something happened, or it's not important when something happened. We use words like ever, never, in the last 10 years, in my life, etc. Choose the correct words. Number 1. It raining. Let's ride our bikes. It's stopped raining. Let's ride our bikes. 2. I snowboarding. I'd love to do that. I haven't tried snowboarding. I'd love to do that. 3. My mom, 6 books when we were on holiday. My mom read 6 books when we were on holiday. 4. When to learn English. When did you start to learn English? 5. An accident. Have you ever had an accident? 6. My brother, primary school a few years ago. My brother finished primary school a few years ago. Let's check our answers. Well done. Let's just read some of the sentences. Number 1. It stopped raining. Let's ride our bikes. 2. I haven't tried snowboarding. I'd love to do that. 3. My mom read 6 books when we were on holiday. 4. When did you start to learn English? 5. Have you ever had an accident? And 6. My brother finished primary school a few years ago. Exercise 6. Complete the text with the present perfect or past simple form of the verbs in brackets. Then listen and check. So these are the verbs in brackets: climb, start, travel, see, go, never climb. My dad and I, a lot of mountains, and of course, it can be dangerous. So my dad and I, have climbed a lot of mountains, and of course, it can be dangerous. I started when I was 14, but I never have. But I've never had a serious accident. My dad and I, all over the world, have traveled. My dad and I have traveled all over the world and see, and we've seen wonderful things. Last year, we to Argentina. We went to Argentina. So where next? We'd love to go to the Himalayas because we never climbed Everest. Because we've never climbed Everest. Let's check our answers. Well done. Now let's listen to the recording.
My dad and I have climbed a lot of mountains, and of course it can be dangerous. I started when I was 14, but I've never had a serious accident. My dad and I have travelled all over the world, and we've seen some wonderful things. Last year we went to Argentina, so where next? We'd love to go to the Himalayas because we've never climbed Everest.
Exercise 7. Your turn. Work with a partner. Write questions with the present perfect and ever. Use these words for your own ideas. Have a pet. Try Mexican food. Climb a mountain. Sing karaoke. Skate down a hill. Example: have you ever had a pet? Try Mexican food. Have you ever tried Mexican food? Climb a mountain. Have you ever climbed a mountain? And so on. Exercise 8. Change partners. Ask and answer your questions from exercise 7. Example: have you ever had a pet? Yes, I have. My family had a dog a few years ago. So we can practice these questions and answers with the use of ever. If it's negative, then you'll say, for example, have you ever climbed a mountain? So you can answer, no, I've never climbed a mountain. So never can only appear in the answer if you haven't done something. So we'll practice this once we are back in the classroom. Review. Match the sentence halves. Number 1, there's a lot of ice outside. Don't slip on it. Number 2, that box is heavy. Don't hurt your back. Don't fall off your bike. Don't bang your head. Don't burn your hand. Don't cut your finger. That box is heavy. Don't hurt your back. The iron is hot. Don't burn your hand. The knife is very sharp. Don't cut your finger. Number 5, the cupboard is very low. Don't bang your head. And write carefully. Don't fall off your bike. Let's check our answers. Now let's practice reading the sentences. Number 1, there's a lot of ice outside. Don't slip on it. 2, that box is heavy. Don't hurt your back. 3, the iron is hot. Don't burn your hand. 4, the knife is very sharp. Don't cut your finger. 5, the cupboard is very low. Don't bang your head. And 6, ride carefully. Don't fall off your bike. Write the name of each part of the body in the picture. This is your back. This is your chest. This is your shoulder. This is your neck. This is your wrist. And this is your elbow. Let's check. Well done. Match the verbs with the nouns. Use the internet. Spend, time with your family. Take photos, pictures, friends. Take photos. Read books or magazines. Draw pictures and meet friends. Let's check. Okay. Use the internet. Spend time with your family. Take photos. Read books or magazines. Draw pictures and meet friends. Complete the sentences with the adjectives. Susan's really, she went to bed very late last night. Susan's really tired. She went to bed very late last night. 2. Tim is of spiders, especially big ones. Tim is afraid of spiders, especially big ones. 3. Nina is, her younger sister has broken a new mobile phone. Nina is angry. Her younger sister has broken her new mobile phone. 5. Chris is with a new computer game. He's played it hundreds of times. He's bored with his new computer game. 5. Kylie is, it's her birthday tomorrow and she's having a party. Kylie is excited. 6. Alex is embarrassed. He has to sing in the school play and he doesn't like singing. Let's check. Well done. Let's just read our sentences. Number 1. Susan's really tired. She went to bed very late last night. 2. Tim is afraid of spiders, especially big ones. 3. Nina is angry. Her younger sister has broken her new mobile phone. 4. Chris is bored with his new computer game. He's played it hundreds of times. 5. Kylie is excited. It's her birthday tomorrow and she's having a party. 6. Alex is embarrassed. He has to sing in the school play and he doesn't like singing. Students, now that we have completed our lesson for today, please go to Google Classroom to complete the assignment. Thank you.